Hello everyone, my name is Monique Apodaca, and this is my Module 6, Communicating and Advocating for School Community Needs. And for my module, we are talking about the surrounding areas of Pueblo West, Colorado, which is in southern Colorado. So to begin with, I decided to look at my school individually because we are a charter school, which means we have our own board and we have our own board policies. However, we do not have any board policies regarding cross-cultural communication, multicultural awareness. We have nothing of that sense in our actual handbooks. However, under our school mission, we do have 3 pinpoints that I think could be directed towards multicultural families. However, these are also addressed with every other family. So there is a pinpoint that says every person has value and is an integral part of our community. There is another point that says our community is strengthened by recognizing and honoring and respecting human diversity. So that one really hits diverseness on the head there. And third, all people have the opportunity to live, learn, work, and play in a safe community. And I think that point just goes back to addressing, recognizing, and honoring all of our diverse cultures. Although I have to say, as we go through these, there aren't very many board policies based on multicultural awareness because Pueblo West, Pueblo, and Canyon City, which is also near us, are not very diverse in our population. Then I decided to look at District 70, which encompasses my school. We are a part of District 70. Again, I did not find any board policies or handbook policies regarding multicultural awareness or, again, communication between cultures. But in District 70's mission, it does say students must demonstrate standards of proficiency in academic and social skills and develop an understanding of appreciation for diverse cultures. So they do hit diverse cultures within the mission statement, but that is not developed within any other board policies or anywhere in the student or staff handbooks. Then we have Pueblo City District 60. So the way Pueblo looks is the city is in the center, and then the surrounding areas are the county. So Pueblo District 60 is in the center. Pueblo District 70 is the county which surrounds it on all sides. So after researching the Pueblo District 60 website, I did come across their Culturally Linguistic Diverse Education Department. That was the only thing listed within their board policies, in which it just says that the CLD's responsibility is to increase English language learners' proficiency in all of the core subjects. So again, nothing that really addresses the complete awareness within whole classroom settings or community settings, but they do address the CLD. Within their district mission, though, there was a little more information about celebrating diversity. Pueblo District 60 is diverse and is dedicated to providing an education that not only endows students with tools to succeed, but educates the whole child. And I'm seeing the quotation marks there for whole child might infer that we appreciate their diverse backgrounds and they celebrate them in the classroom, and we educate the entire child. We must act with integrity, celebrate diversity, and promote equity. So that is much like District 70, what they say in their mission statement. But I really liked this second part. Our community heritage, traditions, and history should inform our response to future student and district needs. So they are saying not just cultural differences, but our community differences, we should be celebrating those traditions and our community's heritage. So now we kind of move out of Pueblo. This is Pueblo, again, District 60, then District 70 surrounds it. The next town over, west, heading towards the mountains, is Canyon City Schools, which is in Fremont County, RE1. So this is a separate district, separate city, but I was trying to find the towns nearest us to compare the differences between us. So Canyon City, the only thing I could find on their website was the non-discrimination equal opportunity statement. They did not have a complete mission statement on their website, nor did they have access to any of their handbooks. So this was the closest thing I could find that basically just restates all of the titles and laws that they follow, that they will not discriminate based on race, color, sex, religion, origin, ancestry, sexual orientation, special education services, within the education program or the activities that it offers. So that is all I could find on them, was just a non-discriminatory statement. And again, I think that's because, at least from what I know of Canyon City, it is prevalently a Caucasian community. There are not a lot of people of color, or Mexican heritage, or any other orientation. So finally, I thought this would be an interesting one to throw in. Heading north of Pueblo, we are heading towards an Army base. That would be Fountain Fort Carson. Now, I thought it'd be interesting to hit this because there are so many people moving in and out of Colorado Springs and Fountain that are Army families. So I figured we'd get a lot more families that are culturally different because they're always coming and going. So for Fountain Fort Carson, District number 8, I did find information within their board policy about their ELL program. And it just shows, tells why it was established and developed, and that is to ensure that all students have equal access to curriculum and opportunities to participate and succeed in the educational environment. This was a point that I found interesting underneath there. They really want and strive to develop pride in cultural background, and they respect all members of the multicultural community. So they really reference that they're not just respecting those people within their school and educational environment, they really want to pull in the community as well. Their district mission also talks about diversity. Our vision is to empower every student to thrive as a responsible, productive, and engaged citizen by inspiring lifelong learning and civic engagement, by challenging and supporting every student to achieve his or her fullest potential, and by embracing the diversity of both the local and global community. So I really do think when they established these policies and missions, they really did understand that they are in a place where students are constantly coming and going. Families are constantly coming and going. So they know that they're going to have multiple cultures there within the base alone. I thought this quote was very important. It's going to talk about why we need to involve our minority families more. It's not just by chance that these are the families that are involved in our school. This is purposeful. So I'll read this now. Minority, lower income, and families who speak limited English are often highly underrepresented in school-level decision-making and in family involvement activities, a phenomenon that speaks far more often to differing needs, values, and level of trust than it does to families' lack of interest or unwillingness to get involved. So families are not lacking interest in getting involved, nor are they unwilling. These multicultural families, these lower income families. It is just the act of not being invited or not being trusted with those decisions, and seeing things different than what our middle to high income, mainly Caucasian families get involved with in general. So these are the 3 topics that I found within our reading that I really wanted to hit on. So below are some steps on how to engage in cross-cultural communication without offending the other person. So number 1, maintaining etiquette. And that's going to go on later, as in we should still behave professionally with them. So maintaining etiquette. Avoiding slang when we speak, which is very difficult to do, even if you don't notice it. Speaking slowly. Number 1, not speaking too slow, because that can be very demeaning. But speaking slow enough that you're giving the other party time to translate and digest what you are saying. Keeping words simple and only using 2-syllable words versus trying to sound very intellectual and using 3 to 4-syllable words. And speaking clearly and pronouncing words properly is very important when speaking to these cross-cultural families. You should also be actively listening. It helps to restate and summarize things that they are saying because it shows them that you're comprehending. And asking questions, of course, is very important. Writing things down can also be very helpful. Have a mixture of open and close-ended questions, and really go towards those open-ended questions, not just yes and no answers. And then be very careful with your humor, leading back to that behaving professionally, because things could be taken wrong. Types of communication are very important. Positive communication is the most powerful tool that you can use with families. Good communication helps to inform, reassure, and engage families, and in the end, this is going to help build trust. So we should really be asking families in general, not even just multicultural, how they'd like to communicate and what works best for them. Face-to-face, a phone call, written notes, an email, nowadays a Zoom or Google Meet conference, or any of the apps that they talked about. Dojo, Remind, Seesaw, those have become very popular. Anti-bias education. If handled with respect and cultural sensitivity, school-family communication provides an opportunity to live out the values of inclusiveness, so including, and equity. The following methods support family involvement within the school and introducing culture into the classroom. So teachers should always assume good intentions with families, that we're all on the same page. They should also invite parents and guardians to share what they know about their student, their lives, interests, hopes, dreams, what they struggle with, as well as the families being able to share their culture and traditions with the class or with the classroom teacher. We should be very mindful to respect all family structures. And teachers themselves should self-reflect and bring a sense of cultural humility to all conversations and interactions. So you should be reflecting on your biases, more importantly than anything. I think it's really important for staff to be trained on working with families. Many teachers have little to no experience with this, whether it's on how to engage with those families, specifically diverse, or just in general, teachers can feel intimidated by communicating with parents within their classroom. So this quote down here, school leaders may need to jumpstart a school-wide family involvement initiative. That might need to start at a high level by providing professional development on school-family collaboration, intercultural communication, connections between culture and learning, or other topics specific to involving diverse families. So I really do think this is going to start with school leaders. We do need to offer professional development to these teachers and how they can work with families, especially diverse families. And here are my references. Thank you.